Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the third overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 10 carries, 55 yards.
He's really been someone special to watch this season and brings a real unique element to their offense. Even with defenses focusing on him all year, he still sits fourth in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back playing as well as he has been. They've got their work cut out for them in this one as he chases another big week.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. They run again with Walker. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Now a 2nd and 10. Darnold. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. On the counter, it's Walker. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long. You look at this Colt defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Play action. Now Richardson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
Here's the former NFL rushing champ. It's Jonathan Taylor. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That went out wide and intercepted. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Darnold. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back to throw, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Now they'll send Kupp in motion right.
Darnold now to throw. That is caught at the 7.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here's Walker.
Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Darnold.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
To throw is Darnold. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned teams down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level. Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun, Richardson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now it's Richardson.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Richardson looking to throw.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
On fourth down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
In motion, the tight end. Here's Darnold. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Grover Stewart. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Tried to create a little bit of that hocus-pocus with some magic. But the defense, not impressed at all. They don't lose contain on this very dangerous runner, and they get a big stop.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Straight ahead, Walker. Oh, good move. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Now it's Darnold. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Darnold from the gun. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
Now back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, he finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes our score 17-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Richardson. The short throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the option left, Richardson. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Off play action. Richardson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Boye Mafe. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And they'll accept that penalty. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And this one is right down the middle. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, You're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Seahawks offense and Kupp making their way back out. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Up the middle, here's Walker. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Off of play action, Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Darnold. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. That one good for 24 yards. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And that flag accepted. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now Darnold. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. He connected on his first, this from 41. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Richardson off the play fake. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Richardson. Escaping the pressure right. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Here's 3rd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Being chased out left. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Flush to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. To the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. Third down and 10. Darnold now to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Richardson looking to throw this. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Richardson to throw off play action. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Richardson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Richardson to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 4. A play fake, and it's Darnold. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Noah Fant, 29 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Room to run at the 50. And he gets it all the way down inside the 30. What a terrific return.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Throwing Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Josh Downs.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Well, now how about this return? And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position.
So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Darnold.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here's Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
The quality coverage from Juju Brents, who swatted that away.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now Jones.
Connecting over the middle with Downs.
And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Faking the give, Darnold. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. 46 yards.
And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Richardson. This one finds Pierce on the out route.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now it's Richardson. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Richardson looking to throw.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Off of play action, Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Smith-Njigba with a grab. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Darnold from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's Darnold. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Colts are right back in this football game. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, it's Richardson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Boye Mafe picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Richardson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Pushes past him, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st. Richardson off the play fake. This is caught. Touchdown Colts. Alec Pierce with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Get a look at this offense led by Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Darnold now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So Richardson and the Colts now down by 6 A minute 46 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Richardson. Flushed out right. Here's Richardson. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Here's 2nd and a yard. Richardson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's 3rd down. Taking it right down Broadway. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Richardson to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Darnold is going to take a knee, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.